Name another issue that's more arresting than conserving energy, a real buzz phrase for environmental action. This is the Park Lane Hotel in Causeway Bay, Hong Kong, a hotel that wants to save energy and save money. Enter Energy Resources Management, a Hong Kong company run by Robert Allender. Robert, we are here at the Park Lane Hotel. This is one of your clients. What have you actually been advising the Park Lane Hotel to do?
This particular client, we provide a service that helps them monitor their electricity consumption. As you can imagine, for hotels, electricity makes up by far the biggest part of their total energy cost every month. And the service we provide this hotel allows them to track their electricity consumption at a very fine level and identify exactly what's going on, monitor exactly what's going on over a variety of different circuits to see, be able to drill down and see exactly where their energy is going to. Another part of that for this particular hotel is that they pay in their monthly bill a demand charge, which takes up a large portion of the total bill, but in fact reflects only the maximum electricity they used in one 30-minute period in the month. And the service we provide this hotel allows them to identify that 30-minute period and begin to do something about it.
And in terms of cost, because it's after all about money, what exactly will you be saving the hotel?
It varies all the time, but typically most hotels expect to see our fees paid back in multiples of 10 or 20. So it's a case of how much they invest is returned multiple times over. Some of them choose to only actually manage at a very low level and don't invest very much in it and still get a very handsome return. And some hotels and other clients choose to really tackle energy management full on, and if they invest a lot of money in it, they'll see very handsome returns for it.
Pulling back a bit, Robert, how did you actually get into this business of energy saving and becoming an expert in the field?
Well, there's a bit of a story behind that because I was involved in another business. I worked for an American company who also decided to set up their headquarters in Hong Kong. And I came across a report about a brand new hotel that had opened, and all of a sudden got a shock to see how significantly higher their electricity bills or energy bills were than they'd expected them to be. And I saw this report and knew this client quite well, and I knew they were very cost conscious and took care of their spend and weren't shy about trying to make sure they were getting maximum value for dollars they were spending on all sorts of things, and was certainly surprised to find that they weren't paying much attention to how much value they were getting for their spend on energy. In fact, they had no idea what portion of their energy bill every month was being used for something useful and what portion was actually just wasted. And I looked into this business and saw this was an area that would be quite interesting to be involved in, and set up this company in 1992.
What is the sort of expertise that you bring to the party here? Can anyone become an energy expert?
I imagine they probably could, because we don't think of energy management as being rocket science. We see our skills as being able to bring together the various components of what makes an organization's total energy spend come together. And a lot of people would expect that to be very technology focused, but in fact it's not. It's at least as much financial and economics. It's at least as much managerial policy setting and procedure setting. And I suppose most people would accept that it's also a lot to do with behavior. Human behavior drives the total energy spent at the end of the month, rather than purely pieces of technology.
Are your clients basically here in Hong Kong, or are they more widely flung throughout the region?
Oh, in fact, only a relatively small percentage of them are based here in Hong Kong. We've got clients all the way from Japan down to the Maldives and almost every country in between. Our clients being those sort of organizations that have realized that energy is something that energy's a cost they should manage well and a resource they should manage well. We've been able to effectively, I suppose, pick and choose our clients, or our clients have picked and chosen us because they're the ones who have realized that this is something they can do something about.
Given that you have got clients throughout the region, why stay in Hong Kong in particular?
Well, of course, being based in Hong Kong has probably been one of the reasons we've been able to serve clients in so many different places. Hong Kong really brings us an advantage to SME, small and medium enterprises like us, is that it really lends a level of credibility to us. I think it's not hard to see that if we were based in some regional or national centre and trying to do business internationally, maybe we wouldn't have the sort of credibility that one has being located in Hong Kong, having a Hong Kong address. Maybe it's not a plus as much as that it's not a negative. And if one's based in one of these regional or national centres, one sort of has this impression of being associated with that region. And Hong Kong is the epitome of an international city, and people immediately recognise that if you're from Hong Kong, you're in the international sphere.
Would you say that Hong Kong companies are sensitive to saving energy compared to other companies in the region?
I would have to say not. I would have to say that here in Hong Kong, we've still got a long way to go in terms of recognising how big the gap is between what we currently use and consume in terms of energy and what we could use or consume if we followed all the rules and did all the right things. But fortunately, there are enough organisations that are aware of those differences. There are enough companies that have made that choice that keeps us pretty busy.
Saving energy is very much a buzz phrase, one would think. How do you see the business developing into the future? Will you be a major corporation in 10 years' time?
Our aspirations are not necessarily to be a major corporation, but rather to continue to focus on those organisations that are really dedicated to trying to achieve the maximum results. If someone comes to us and says they want to save 2% off their energy costs, we feel they've not set the bar high enough. If someone comes to us and says we want to save 50% off our energy costs, reduce our global emissions by 38%, and make a contribution to our corporate social responsibility commitment, they're the sort of companies we like to be doing business with.